Hello and welcome back to part 26 of Let's Play Link's Awakening DX. I'm NHSDL6. Today we are going to receive our final heart piece, and then we are going to make our way to the 8th dungeon. First and foremost, I'd like to announce that, much like Jeff Lars and Perry748 have already done, I'm going to be initiating a contest. And for those of you who would like to be interested, feel free to give me your input about what I'm about to say. The contest that I want to do, it's a little bit on the difficult side to become original with Zelda contests, because there's always the obvious, how many hearts am I going to have left, damage, this or that, but, there really isn't much that I could do outside of what's already been done countless times, because this game is fairly simplistic when it comes to things like that. So I'm trying to make my final boss contest as game specific as possible. So basically what's going to happen is I'll make another video for this in the future so that you can vote, but I'm just telling you, beforehand, before I even start the 8th dungeon, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that the final boss of this game has many forms, 6 to be exact, okay? And what I want to happen is I want people to guess 1 2 things, and I'd like to hear your input about what you think. And I know that these are going to be similar to other people's contests, but I'm sorry, there really isn't too much originality that I could come up with in terms of having seen basically everybody else do a contest first. There isn't too much that I could come up with. So instead, what's going to happen is I'm going to be kind of making a little potluck contest of other people's contests. It's a similar fashion, I apologize for being unoriginal and it's probably boring, whatever, but here we go. Basically what I was thinking is that since the boss has 6 forms, what would happen is we can have a contest for 1 of 2 things. The first type of contest could be which of the 6 forms will I take the most damage from. That's similar to Perry748, I understand. Or the contest could be which of the 6 forms will take me the longest. So, time oriented, which would take me the longest. And, that makes it a little bit simpler on your part, because all you have to do is guess 1 through 6, and if you're right, then you're right, So, I'll take a vote on whether or not you like those ideas. If not, I can try to whip up some more, but those are my 2, things on the drawing board right now. So we'll see what you think about that. Just in the comments of this video, just let me know if you think that those are too simplistic, and I can come up with something maybe a little more, maybe a little more in depth or interesting. But that's just what I've been thinking about right now. It's not set in stone, because this contest isn't even going to be initiated until after the 8th dungeon's over, and we got at least 2 more parts. So you'll have at least 4 to 5 days to tell me if you like the idea or not. So feel free to send me a comment about that, or if you have a suggestion that you'd like to do the contest for, make sure it's within the next 4 days, and I'll give it a little look-see, and if I like it, then I'll put it in the video. There will be a separate video, because I don't really want to I don't know, I just kind of feel like I want to have a separate video for the contest itself. Okay, now back to the game. When you come in, you have to go to the left of the birdhouse, save Marin, yada yada yada. But if you come this way, which is the way you need to get to 8th dungeon, that heart piece that's been taunting us forever, when we come up to Tal Heights, we can finally get it. You need to bomb the southern wall, and there you go. That's the final heart piece that we can get until we get to the 8th dungeon, which is where the last one is. So once you come and jump over that ledge, there's no turning back. Well, there is, but, you're going to have to backtrack a ton, so I'm pretty sure you're not going to want to do that. It's going to get really old after a while if you have to do that. Okay, now basically, you're going to work your way up to the top of the mountain. I don't know what the point of that random enemy is right there, but you dodge the boulders, work your way up the mountain, and get prepared. Well, not yet, I guess. See, I don't see the significance in putting that there. And I figured that there was going to be something under these, but there isn't. But there is something under that one. So we're gonna lift this stone up and see what we got. Oh, another upgrade. I wonder what this one is. Well, I'm hoping it's the bomb one.
Hey kid, you woke me up from a fine nap. Thanks a lot. But now I'll get my revenge. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, I'll let you carry more bombs. Hee hee hee.
Are you ready? Sure. Awesome. Just what I wanted. Alright, so now we get to carry many more bombs instead of 20. See how many we got. Alright, 60. Sweet. I believe that there is an upgrade of similar fashion for the bow as well, but I haven't gotten it yet. And I think I actually might want to get it because the final battle, the arrows are pretty useful. You'll see that later. So, and back to the contest. I know I don't want to keep bringing it up, but you know, I was thinking that I would include numbers beyond just which one would I take the most damage from. I could take it a step further and say, hey, which one will I take the most damage from, and how many times will I get hit by it? But you know, that just seems like that would be like a twofer, and that would be too much. Because I want to make started there. I want to make the contest like not so simplistic, but it's really difficult to, you know, make it like complex without making it too complex. Because you know, contests are meant to be about luck, but at the same time, it's supposed to be kind of fun. So you're not like watching my whole video trying to do a bunch of math or something. So just let me know what you think, and I'll come up with something. Alright, so numerous times, as if it hasn't been mentioned enough, you're going to need to waken up this turtle thing with your song to waken the undead, or the dead, whatever it is. So basically, this battle is much easier than it has to be because I have the level 2 sword and the red tunic, so what normally would take 16 hits only takes 4. So I guess the significance of the red tunic really has been showing, because I didn't really think that it would, but that's kind of creepy. We just killed it. Wah, wah. Alright, so of course this one's named Turtle Rock, but you never would have guessed that from the thing on the outside. And this, I'm not really sure what to consider this guy. He's not really a mini boss. He's just kind of a nuisance. So, you know, he'll fire his blue balls at you, then when you hit him after he swoops at you, you kill his two little, I don't know what I guess his little transformation into the two little bats. You kill those. Simple. Oh boy. Once again, we have the reused mini bosses. Now, when I talked about mini bosses being reused in the 7th dungeon, it's nowhere near as ridiculous as here. Okay, this is a pretty neat puzzle. Many times at this dungeon, you'll see this type of puzzle where you have to try to fill up all the black spaces with the little machine. I don't know exactly what that is, but it's kind of a fun puzzle. It's reminiscent of the gym puzzle for the 8th gym in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, the one where you had to walk on the ice. So you have to fill in all the available space the first time around to get the chest, but after that it's not really necessary. You only have to do it once. So yeah, I don't know why, but I like those puzzles, and it's really hard to do on a Game Boy for some reason. I don't find much trouble on the computer, but on the Game Boy it's really hard. Alright, this is the mini boss from, I believe, the 1st or the 2nd dungeon. He goes down simple. I think what I'm gonna do is, because I don't want I want the final boss to be as climactic as possible. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of this red tunic, and I'm gonna go back to the blue one, so that way it doesn't end any faster than it's supposed to. And if you fought on that eye, of course, you go back to the beginning, same old, you know, nothing different. You have to deal with this guy every single time you come in this room, though, so you've been forewarned. And we're having a little bit of slowdown, at least I am. Okay. That's the thing that makes it hard to record my commentary on here, is Windows Movie Maker on my computer is absolutely horrible. It sucks so bad. It'll speed up the clip, or it'll slow it down, so I'm not sure exactly where I am half the time when it does that. Alright, let's go back and let's give another stab. Get it? Let's give another stab at our little eye puzzle. That was the reason why we had to go back to the start. We're gonna get some revenge on that and see what it'll give us. Alright, and I'm going to progress at this dungeon a little bit more leisurely. I'm not going to pre-play as much because I want to take as much time as possible so that I can end this around 30 segments. So it's definitely going to be more leisurely, not rushed like all the others have been. Alright, let's see what's in here. Maps really aren't useful to me since I know where most of the stuff is, but this dungeon's huge, so yeah. Alright guys, I've been NHSTO6, thanks for watching, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you later.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.